Okay, guys, I apologize. We are back. Looks like we had a issue with the connection there for some reason. Kind of random there on that one. Let's get back in and keep going. Because it looks like we got the connection issue fixed here, and we can go ahead and keep everything going. Don't know what exactly happened there. Gonna have to chalk that one up a bit to technology, and clearly the lack of cooperation. The technology decided to want to get me. So, yeah, I mean, apologize for the hiccup there, but we're still going strong here, and we're going to keep going. Like I said, I wanted to give you guys at least an hour today where we get some solid arena done. Want to make sure that we are making sure that we get a few rounds in on this, at least get up to that 350 milestone. Probably going to push well beyond that, to be truthful with you here. As long as both YouTube, my internet provider, and Kabam decide to let all the servers cooperate. So, let's just go ahead and keep beating up on Kang Yellowjacket and Ghost for a while here, because why not? No reason not to go ahead and make sure that we're getting all of our points in there. Like I said, we want to get that Love Conquers All event knocked out 100% now, and get some of those sweet free rewards. Plus, on top of that too, we're going to take over the next couple of days and see how many points we can go ahead and throw up on a couple of live streams here towards getting that Human Torch. I honestly do not plan to get him as a 5-star or a 6-star out of this arena, but we're going to start making this be a regular thing here. We're going to do arena a couple days a week. Probably make sure more than anything that we do a Sunday live stream where we definitely work on arena and get those Sunday arenas completely knocked out. But also on top of that, every time we get a new champion in the arena, I want to make sure that we're adding in at least the 3-star and hopefully the 4-star, as well as starting to look at possibly getting those points up enough to even talk about ranking well enough to talk about a 5-star. I just don't have enough of my soul left to sell to the arena to even talk about a 6-star out of here. I know what kind of points that talks about, and when we're talking on a regular basis, 30 to 60 million points minimum to even talk about getting a 6-star champion. It's always great to know that there are people putting those out, in spite the fact that the community knows well. We've heard it be reported on over and over again. If you check the leaderboards, it's consistently one of those things where you're going to see similar names over and over again. So you never know. It's a lot of work. And not always the return that you're going to get out of it. But that being said, the Grandmaster shards, the units, the battle chips, and the gold, that's where the arena grind really comes into it. Because going after those things, as well as giving you a good test on champions that you're not necessarily familiar with, champions that you're not for sure if you want to level up or not, the small arenas are really great for that. Because if you have a 3-star version of a champion that you just picked up as a 6-star, you can go test that. You can max that champion out for little to no investment whatsoever. And if that happens, and if you happen to decide after a couple days of trying that champion out in the arena that you're really liking what you're seeing, obviously every game mode's play is going to be a bit different, and you're not necessarily going to get the level that you're talking about for knowing 100% whether or not it's a viable champion, but at least you can get enough of a feel for it to decide whether or not it's worth spending the kind of resources that, like I was talking about earlier, it takes to do a 5 or a 6-star. And especially with the fact that we should be seeing 7 stars soon. I know that's unfortunately still we're not 100% sure on the date there, but it is something that we know is on the calendar for this year. And with them coming, I mean, I know there's plenty of us out there who are already saving up 7-star shards, looking for that first 7-star. Though I do fully expect, don't get too hyped over the 7 stars. Really don't. There's enough people trying to talk about 5 stars are going to become worthless and everything else. But I want everybody to really think about who their first 5-star was, who their first 6-star was. Was it really that game-changing to your account? I want to say, I know my first 5-star was Rhino. And, 5-star Rhino, especially when you've got Corvus Glaive and Omega Red, actually I don't even think I had them then. I think honestly at that point my main team I was running involved Star-Lord, Wolverine, and Scarlet Witch. And even as a 5-star, especially a 5-star rank 1, Rhino was not worth adding to my team. And then my first 6-star, I'm not 100% sure on this. It's been a hot minute. But I want to say my first 6-star was Loki. Now, I have been one of those ones who have been overwhelmingly a supporter of Loki. That being said, when I pulled Loki as a 6-star, I had a 5-star rank 4 at Sig 160 already. Though Loki doesn't 100% need it, his awakening takes him to a different level because of that power gain. And especially if you've got the right synergies running with him on that power gain, or even for the regen, with the Heimdall synergy. I knew I wasn't going to awaken my 6-star anytime soon, and there was no reason to pull my 5-star out of the roster to put a 6-star in. And I have a feeling that once we hit those 7 stars, we are going to see the same type of thing. It's not necessarily going to be all meme tier champions, but I guarantee you, first off, you're not going to pull a 7-star Hercules day one. He's not even going to be available. I can pretty much put money on that. You're not going to be, even some of the champions that are going to be higher tier champions are not always going to be the ones that you're excited about, or they're going to be massive puzzle piece champions. So that you're going to be looking at that not only did you need to pull them, but you needed to awaken them, and you needed to get at least 100 sig levels into them, and we're not going to be seeing 7-star sig stones anytime soon. I guarantee you that. I mean, even looking at 6-star sig stones, how common are those really? They're becoming a bit more common since Battlegrounds came out, and for Thronebreaker and Paragon players, you can buy one at least every few days out of the shop, but that's one. I also know that for Thronebreaker and Paragon players that there are a few other places you can get 6 stars, 6 stones. But even at that level, if you get 10 of them a week, you're doing fairly good. It's just not going to be one of those things whereas that you're going to be seeing 7-star 6 stones. I'm sure there'll be some deal in the shop right off the bat. But even with that being said, I still am sure it will be a few months before you even see anything else. I wouldn't even plan that, even if they drop 7 stars, say April, I wouldn't plan on seeing 7-star 6 stones for even 4th of July deals. I would think that, honestly, the first opportunity that you would have to see 7-star 6 stones even is probably gonna be Black Friday. And that's saying that we get 7 stars before 4th of July. Outside of that, I wouldn't plan for them. I just wouldn't. If we don't get 7 stars before the end of summer, I will guarantee you we do not see 7-star 6 stones in the shop until next year. As far as rank up materials, it's going to be easier to get a 7-star by far than it is to get the materials to rank them up. And we don't even know how much that's actually going to take. So, don't write off your 5 stars right away. There is still so much content that can be done with 5 stars. So much content that does not require a 6-star to do it. As a matter of fact, there is nothing currently that 5 stars are locked out of. And until they are, there is no reason to devalue your 5 stars. And I know there's people out there in the community that are already scammering for the new hot thing, even though it isn't even released yet, which is part of what Kabam is doing. They're building the hype. It's there's a reason why they announced 3 major updates coming in 2023 in October of 2022, and we still haven't seen most of it. We still don't even know when our dates are on most of it. As a matter of fact, the only thing that we've seen so far is relics. And, you know, you see me using relics here, but at the same time, I don't necessarily see the level of hype for relics out in the community that I think Kabam was shooting for. Okay, I screwed that up. I didn't go with the 2 cosmics because I was trying to avoid having 3 of the same, or avoid having 2 of the same class. I try and keep it so that I've got 3 different classes when I'm doing this, but I wasn't paying attention to Storm Pyramid X when I brought Toad in, and so now Toad will have a class disadvantage for his match, which is even more so my fault, because honestly the 2 cosmics would have made more sense than the 2 mutants, because obviously this group of 3 that we continue to face is 2 tech and a science. So if we were trying to optimize for knowing what the fight is going to be, we would be shooting for a consistency where we were going a skill champion and 2 cosmics for every single round we came into. That was a bit of a risk there, knowing that we were going to take the power sting, and I definitely would not purposely risk a power sting if I was doing story mode, or if I was in Alliance Quest, or any of the other modes where it really matters that you're carrying the champions over from fight to fight. But here in Arena, the risk to take that power sting and then turn around and go ahead and finish the fight was a calculated thing, obviously. We saw it happen right there, where I went ahead and took the power sting and left myself with just enough health to win the fight. 1% health is more than enough when your opponent is at 0. See, we got a couple people joining us for the stream today. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Love talking to everybody. Most of you may know already that I always try and stay active in my comments. I love to get to know everybody in this community. So let me know. Are you just hanging out and watching, or are you gonna do a little bit of live stream yourself, or are you doing some arena? Is there anything particular that you're working on right now? Have you gotten through all of the Love Conquers All content? Let's go see where we put ourselves at right now. Let's see, we had a little mutant combat going on here, so we'll just take a little bit out of that. Got arena wins going on, which is always helpful to do this while we're doing that. And then we did maximize the Love Conquers All. So some great quick free rewards there. Mostly just shards. Still got a few tickets to send out so I can get all of that. We'll go ahead and check out the new profile pictures here. And looks like we have gotten just shy of rank rewards here. And I don't think it matters as much now since we got through the Love Conquers All. So let's go ahead and stop worrying about Kang and everybody. Actually, we're going to take one more round with Kang here. Just because I'm looking at what we have for another optional matchup there. And I like using Doom. I hate facing Doom. As far as Infamous Iron Man, aka iDoom, I love playing him. I absolutely love playing him already, and am going to be searching for him. But once we get... But as far as facing him on a regular basis, I have not really worked with him or faced him nearly enough to be confident to keep our streak going, depending on who else was on that team. At least on this particular one, I know that we can keep the streak going. I mean, obviously, we already got Yellow Jacket down there. So that means all we got to do is make sure that we at least get either Ghost or Kang. But obviously, you know, perfect series, if that was a thing, we'd be trying to work for all three of them. Better bait out that special, or else it's going to really burn us. And I let that go a little too far. So, let's see how bad Ghost punishes me for letting her get that special 3. Really excited for the Hulk rework. You know, I've known a lot of people who have used him to his max for quite some time. But unfortunately, with everybody else that has came out, you know, Immortal Hulk, Immortal Abomination, Quake, I mean, there's just so many options that has caused OG Hulk to fall massively by the wayside. And I don't know that I know anybody at this point that particularly uses him on a regular basis, even as a 5 or a 6 star. Which is kind of sad, because when you think about it, I mean, who in the Marvel Universe is truly stronger than the Hulk? I mean, his limitations are off the scale there. So we went ahead and we got the 3-star Human Torch there, which I am pretty sure I've already got maxed. So it was just some shards. We'll go ahead and pick up this arena tomorrow. And we are, like I said, we're going to go ahead and keep live streaming on a very regular basis here. Got some points that we got to look at here. Looks like we missed out on something over here. A couple things are coming in. We got rewards. Let's see how well we got completion. Personally, I've been tied up a little bit, so the Alliance did not do as well as I would have hoped for them to do, and I will take 100% responsibility for that as leader, and that is something we'll be talking about on the channel again soon as well. We made some massive changes. There's a lot that has updated, and I am going to start doing not only live streams every day, or at least multiple times a week. We're going to start out with at least 4 times this week, and we will try and see about doing, getting up to at least 5 times a week, if not daily. But also on top of that too, we are going to be starting the push for Thronebreaker and on this main account here, and the push for Cavalier on the backup account. I just want to thank everybody again. Really, honestly, everybody who has been out there, everybody who's supported me so far, everyone who's given me, feedback. You are wonderful, and I appreciate every single one of you. But we will be back tomorrow for a longer live stream. We're going to go 2 hours tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and make sure that we get some time so that we can get a little bit of stuff going. I know that I should have Champions free, and we'll probably do a little bit of arena, but at the same time, I think we may go ahead and push the next level to start that Thronebreaker push. So join me live tomorrow, and I will see everybody then. I cannot wait to talk to more of you. Peace out.